Ranger.
Hi-yo, Silver!
A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-yo Silver. The Lone Ranger.
You find any sign of rustlers, Kimasabi?
Nothing, Tonto. Wherever these outlaws are, they're clever and dangerous.
Me hope they'll not see herd of cattle we passed this morning.
That herd look well guarded. It should be safe.
Then what make you think rustlers operate near here?
Because this is so close to the railroad yards.
Let me see what you mean. Every time ranchers drive cattle toward railroad for shipment, them not reach there.
Right. They seem to know in advance about it and steal the whole herd.
Seem like cattle disappear into thin air.
More likely into a hidden valley or canyon.
This plenty big area. Rustlers' hideout could be anywhere, maybe.
The one place we haven't looked is that town nearby. The rustlers could be hiding there, living as respectable citizens.
You want me to go into town and see what me can learn?
I think you'd better. If there's any trouble, you'll hear about it somehow.
Me try to find newspaper, too. If anything bad happen, it maybe get into print.
Be careful, Tonto.
Howdy, Indian. What can we do for you?
Me come to my newspaper.
Well, we just finished printing this week's edition. Sort of an anniversary issue, too. The Sentinel's exactly 1 month old. Is it for you?
No, it's for friend.
Oh.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning to you, Mrs. Turner. Well?
The answer's still the same, Bradley. We're not selling the newspaper.
Now, Tom and Mrs. Turner, do you really think your decision is a wise one? Well, I realize my price isn't high, but I'm sure you both would be happier and healthier in some other town.
Is that meant as a threat?
A threat? I don't know what you mean.
Well, we do, Mr. Bradley. You only want our newspaper to keep us from printing the truth about you and your friends.
Oh, yes, your editorials. Youth, impetuous youth.
Every word we print is the truth.
And we're going to go right on printing the truth.
That, of course, is your business. I was only trying to protect you both from unpleasantness.
Just what do you mean by that, Bradley?
Nothing. Nothing at all. But I have heard it being said around town that certain people don't like what you've been writing. Well, I even hear it being said that these same people might act on impulse sometime. Are you sure you won't reconsider my offer?
Tom told you, we're not selling.
I'm sorry. Mighty sorry. Well, I hope you both know what you're doing. Good day, Tom. Mrs. Turner?
Tom, you know what he meant.
Yes. He'll try to make trouble for us.
Why him want to make trouble?
Oh, he's afraid Tom will get proof of his schemings and connivings and print it in the paper.
Mary, Bradley's not going to get away with this.
You'll stay right where you are.
What do you want?
We thought we'd pay you a little social visit. This back door was open, so we just came right in. Get to work.
Raise them. Up, up, up.
Hey, you can't. We can't.
Tom!
Come here, you. Matt, if you need, I'll take care of this sheet, devil. Nice going, Hank. Now, you and Matt get busy. You know what the boss wants done.
Tonto, what happened to you?
Let me get into fight.
You must have been hit pretty hard.
Now, that only small bump, Kimasabi. It'll go down soon.
How did it happen?
That's a long story. Young people who have newspaper need help plenty fast. You come now, Kimasabi?
Yes, Tonto. You can tell me all about it as we ride. Come on.
Well, masked or not, I guess if you're a friend of Tonto's, you're a friend of ours.
That's right.
Come.
Thank you.
After this morning, we keep the door locked. Tom's in the back room nursing a sore neck. Tom, Tonto's back.
Oh, Tonto, I'm glad you came back. I wanted to... Masked?
Yes, Tom?
He's a friend of Tonto's.
Well, we've lost the newspaper. We haven't got anything else we can lose.
What do you mean?
Well, it took all the money that Mary and I had saved to open the Sentinel. Now that that's gone, we haven't got anything left to start over with.
There's no room for honest people in Lakeview. Will Bradley sees to that.
I don't understand.
Well, you would if you lived in this town. Bradley going around pretending he's an honest businessman when he's got a finger in everything crooked that goes on around here. Why, he even...
Go on, Tom, tell him.
All right, Mary. Well, it's this way, mister. Bradley got himself the job as shipping agent for the railroad. Now, when there's ranchers due in town with cattle for shipment, he knows all about it. Knows how many head there are in the herd and where they are. Then he sends his men out to raid the herd.
But you have no proof of this. Isn't that it, Tom?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Where do you think the stolen cattle are being taken?
They just seem to disappear. And so unless Bradley and the rustlers can be caught red-handed with a rustled herd, we can't prove anything against them.
Have you told the sheriff what you suspect?
The sheriff?
I guess you don't know old Higgins. It's not that Higgins is really crooked. It's just that he's scared. And Bradley sees that he stays that way.
What about his deputies?
He doesn't have any. Bradley doesn't want him to have any.
I see. Still, I'd like to have a talk with him.
You'll probably find him sleeping in the office. That's the only thing Bradley will let him do.
Look, mister, there's nothing you can do. Nobody can stand up to a man like Bradley. I thought that I could, and look what happened. I guess we'll just have to sell the newspaper. That is what's left of it.
Tom, honest people deserve an honest newspaper. What's more important, the West must have a free press.
Yeah, but what can we do?
We can do our best.
Well, I'll do anything I can to help.
Thanks. Where'll I find Will Bradley now?
We should be in his office over at the railroad station. Why?
Tonto and I passed a large herd of cattle being driven in this way. Their owner will be seeing Bradley soon. Without letting Bradley see you, can you watch his office? See who comes and goes?
Oh, yes, I think so.
Good. Tonto will go with you. I'll meet you later after I've seen Sheriff Higgins.
Why do you want to see old Higgins?
Maybe we can work together. Now, here's my plan.
Yes, what can I... Masked. Well, I'll be. Put up your hands.
You don't need that gun, Sheriff. I'm only here to make a deal. Could be very profitable to you.
Keep your distance. Trying to bribe me, eh? Well, I may not be the best sheriff there is, but I've never sunk low enough to start taking money from crooks.
How about from Will Bradley?
I've never taken money from him.
You let him run this town, and yet you do nothing about it.
Say, which side of the law are you on?
The question is, which side of the law are you on? You're the one wearing the badge.
Yes, I'm wearing the badge, but I'm not fit to anymore.
I can't believe that, or you would have wanted to listen to my proposition.
What's that mean? That I'm not really a crook?
Yes, it does. It also proves a great deal more. That you really want to be a good sheriff.
There's nothing I'd like better. But what can I do against men like Will Bradley?
I have a plan. It may be dangerous.
I don't know what your plan is, mister. But as long as you stick on the side of the law, I'll play along with you.
Good. Since we're going to be working together, I think you'd better reload your gun.
What? Well, I'll be...
Sorry I had to do that. But I couldn't take the chance that you were really dishonest.
I can have those cattle cars on the west siding ready for loading tomorrow afternoon, Mr. Jason.
Fine, Mr. Bradley. My men have the herd out in Moon Valley, and they'll have plenty of time to get them into the yards before noon. Most of my hands rode into town with me, and they'll be glad of the chance to stay around a while and have a little fun. You know, I wouldn't mind having a little fun myself.
You did say 1,200 head, didn't you?
That's right. 1,200 of the best beef steers in the state. And I'm figuring on them bringing a good price up north.
There's always a demand for prize beef.
Indeed there is. Well, thanks a lot for all your trouble.
The pleasure is all mine, Mr. Jason. Good day.
Goodbye, Mr. Bradley.
Pete. Boys. Well, did you hear it all?
You bet we did. Even with that guy Jason telling you that most of his cowpokes are in town.
You better get moving. You all know what to do?
Sure, boss. Same as last time. Move in on the herd, take them to the hidden valley and keep them there until dark, then move them across the border.
Right. Pete.
Yeah.
See that you get a good price. Remember, Jason said his herd was all prize beef.
Leave it to us, boss.
There are 3 of Bradley's men.
Same ones who wrecked newspaper office, Kimasabi. I see him in a big hurry.
Has anyone else been to see Bradley?
Yes, Kimasabi. Same man we pass on trail with herd. Him leave just before 3 men come out.
Good. I was counting on him seeing Bradley to arrange for the shipment of his cattle.
Then you think that...
Wait a minute. Look. Come on.
Mr. Bradley.
What do you want, Higgins?
I don't know what to think or do. I was sleeping in my office.
Why didn't you stay there?
I woke up sudden and there was a masked man standing by me.
A masked man?
Yes, and the masked man made me swear him in as a deputy and give him a badge.
What?
I said made me swear.
Oh, I heard you. What did he want a deputy badge for?
I don't know, Mr. Bradley. He didn't tell me.
No, but I can. I wouldn't, mister.
As you say.
You're Will Bradley, aren't you?
That's my name. What gives you the right to come in like this?
I'm Sheriff Higgins' new deputy.
So?
He and I have made a few plans. Tom, Bradley Turner believes you ordered your men to break up his newspaper office.
That's ridiculous.
If Turner can't prove this in court, you can sue for false arrest. Sheriff, take his gun.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bradley.
Higgins, you're sheriff here. What do you mean letting a masked deputy run your job for you?
The sheriff was forced to do his duty.
It's illegal. You can't get away with this.
I can't? A deputy as well as a sheriff can make an arrest. Now, Mr. Bradley, the jail is waiting. Get going.
The tin badge you're carrying makes you feel pretty proud of yourself, doesn't it?
That's right, Bradley. And every law officer should be proud of his job. Here are the keys, Sheriff. Coming?
Oh, yes, of course. I don't know what'll ever come of me for this.
Higgins, listen to me. You said you wanted to be a real sheriff. You promised to help if I gave you the chance to prove yourself.
I know, but please, mister, let's just forget the whole thing. I'll leave town and...
Stakes are too high. We're going through as I planned. This is your chance to prove to this people of Lakeview that you can be trusted.
But
Higgins, you said you could be the right kind of sheriff if you got the right kind of backing. Remember?
Yes, I remember.
Good. We're depending on you. Come on.
Why did I ever get into this?
Hey.
Yes?
Hey!
Yes!
Come in here. I want to talk to you.
Oh. Yes, Mr. Bradley.
Open this door.
I can't do that. I won't.
How long do you think you could keep me in here?
I can't let you out, Mr. Bradley. I've got to let the folks know I'm sheriff.
Sheriff? Why, you mangy old goat, you'd have starved if it hadn't been for me putting you in this job.
I won't listen.
You'd better stay. And listen. You know what happens to men who cross me?
Yes, yes, I'm afraid I do.
All right, then, open up.
All right, Mr. Bradley. All right.
There. That's more like it.
Well, Mr. Bradley, just what are you aiming to do now?
This town's too small for that masked man and me. So I'll get the boys together and we'll take care of him and that Indian for good. Sheriff, you're going with me.
But somebody's got to watch the jail.
What for? It's empty. Sheriff, what's the matter? Don't you want to go with me?
Sure. Sure, anything you say, Mr. Bradley.
I thought you'd change your mind.
Kimasabi.
Sheriff Higgins is letting Bradley out right on schedule. I'm hoping Bradley's next move will be to get his men so they can hunt me down.
I don't understand.
Tom, you remember the rancher you saw leave Bradley's office? The one Tonto and I passed on the range?
Yes?
And right after that, you saw 3 of Bradley's gunmen leave.
Then you think Bradley sent them to rustle the herd?
That's it, Tom. By now, they've had time to take the stolen cattle to wherever they hide them.
Oh, and by letting Bradley go free, you think he'll lead you to the cattle?
Kimasabi, look. Looked like Sheriff Higgins ride with Bradley.
I hadn't figured on that. Higgins and I planned to let Bradley out so we could follow him. Higgins wasn't supposed to go along.
You think we can trust Sheriff?
He's the one doubtful thing. He could betray us. But to get the evidence we need, we must take that chance. Come on, Tonto. Good luck.
Please be careful.
Hold it, Tonto. Wait till they get out of sight.
Me wonder plenty about Sheriff Higgins. Him maybe fix it so we ride into ambush.
If I'm any judge of character, the sheriff sincerely wants to help us.
Then why him ride with Bradley?
Perhaps he had no choice.
Sheriff have a gun, why him not use it?
If he had, our plan would have ended before it began. Come on.
I thought someone was trailing us. So the masked deputy and his Indian friend want to trail along. All right, we'll leave him a trail. We'll make it a little tough for him to follow. That'll give us time to set up a real nice reception for him. Come on.
Kimasabi. Men stop here a little while. Hoofprints plenty clear in soft dirt. Then men ride off fast.
Yes, that's what it looks like, Tonto.
If them stop to talk, maybe that mean that Sheriff Higgins tell Bradley about us.
It's possible. But I'd hate to think that Higgins would go back on his word.
It's plenty dangerous if Bradley know we follow him.
Yes, I know. But we can't do anything about that now. We'd better move on before they get too far ahead of us.
Hey, boys.
Oh, boss.
Hank, take care of the horses, will you?
I think it was smart bringing Higgins along.
Oh, he's all right. How'd it go?
Well, the guards put up a fight at first. But after we winged a couple of them, they saw they didn't stand a chance, they left. Leaving the whole herd all to us. We got them corralled on the other end of the valley.
Good. Hey, you boys remember that Indian you tangled with in the newspaper office?
Here?
Yeah. Well, he and a masked man are following me.
What?
Oh, it's all right, Pete. They don't know I saw him. This place is perfect for taking care of both of them for good.
Looked like Bradley lead us to entrance of a hidden valley.
It's easy to understand now why the stolen cattle could never be found.
Hoofprints show men ride into valley. There are also fresh tracks of many cattle. All go on trail, too.
I don't hear the sound of Bradley or Higgins' horses.
Men come to end of trail. They no longer ride. We ride to town for help, Kimasabi?
No, there isn't time for that. Bradley's men would have the cattle well on their way to the border before a posse could be organized. We'll have to try and capture Bradley and his men by ourselves.
Now, you all understand. When the masked man and Indian ride into the canyon, we'll all open fire.
We'll fill them so full of holes, boss, they'll look like a couple of Swiss cheeses.
Good. You boys better get ready. They should be along soon.
Right.
Higgins, I'm not so sure you didn't let me out of jail on purpose. Just to be on the safe side, I'll keep your gun for a while.
But Bradley...
Shut up. Get over there and stay out of sight. Hear him yet?
No, not. Wait a minute.
That must be them. Get ready, boys. Don't miss.
Look out! Oh, shut up! Boss, look!
Dirty double-crossing.
All right. Drop your guns. All of you.
From horses, too.
Get over there. Keep them covered, Tonto, while I try to cut them off. right, Bradley. The sheriff is taking you and your gunslingers back to jail. You've got plenty to answer for. Let's go.
Well, Bradley, this time I'm not letting you out. The law by now has enough evidence to keep you and your pals in there out of trouble for a long, long time. Thanks to this man and his Indian friend.
It took your help, too, Sheriff. You played your part very well.
Now, you're just saying that.
No, Higgins, you proved yourself today. From now on, I know you'll be the kind of sheriff the honest people will want.
I'll do my best. You can count on that.
Yes, I know I can. Well, Sheriff, your deputy is resigning.
Now, please don't.
If you need a deputy, give the badge to Tom here. You and he can work together.
That's a good idea. We'll make Bradley pay for what he done to your newspaper office, too. Now, don't Tom make a mighty handsome deputy, Mrs. Turner?
Yes. But he better not forget he has a newspaper to run. And I want to do an interview on the masked man for... Oh, where'd he go? Now, how can I do a story on someone when I don't even know his name?
The name really isn't important, Mrs. Turner. He's a Lone Ranger.
Hi-yo, Silver! Away!